folks, welcome back to My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is my winter 2018 book haul. Yes, after having not really acquired any books in June, I decided to hold out for a bit. I started to acquire a couple in July and then acquired a whole bunch in August, I'm afraid. But yeah, so my winter book haul. This doesn't include my subscription boxes because they've all had their own videos, and so since it's a winter book haul, I didn't include them. But I've had like 3 or 4 of them in that period of time, so yeah. The first couple of books I'm going to show you just quickly are the textbooks that I acquired for my subject at uni this semester, which is the Olympics, Ancient and Modern. So we have The World of Odysseus by M.I. Finley, which you'll have seen in my last August wrap-up. I have actually finished reading. And then the one that I have almost finished reading is The Ancient Olympics by Nigel Spivey. So these are basically books about, you know, the ancient Greek world and the Olympics in specifics. So yeah, they're actually kind of interesting reads, and they're very small for textbooks, which is good. So there's those. Now, I gained a couple of hard copy anthologies that came out of Kickstarter backer rewards. I should mention at this point that I have also recently downloaded the last year or so of Kickstarter and Patreon ebooks. There's a lot. I'm not going to include them. All of them are stories that I've already read. Some of them aren't, and they're just kind of like bonus stuff from my Kickstarter backer rewards. And there's a lot, and they're on my Kindle. So, and that included a year's worth of Uncanny magazine that I hadn't gotten around to downloading yet. Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot of short fiction to read. Anyway, the most exciting one, however, was my beautiful, beautiful hardback look of Mother of Invention. This is edited by Rivqa, Rafael and Tansy, Rayner. This is a 12th Planet Press book, and it is a beautiful, beautiful artwork by Linkane. Just look at it. Look at it. So beautiful. And this is it's an anthology of short stories about artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence from a female, mostly, perspective. So a non-male perspective, basically. I think there might be a story or two in here about genderqueer or agender, but basically it's asking the question, most of the AIs we know are male AIs and they're created by men. So what happens when women get involved in the creative process of an AI, and what happens if we get female AIs? So there's a lot of really awesome authors, a lot of Australian authors, but also international authors. For example, there's a story from Shauna Maguire, there's a story from John Chu, there's also like Australian authors like Rosalind Love and Kat Sparks and Karen Warren and Elizabeth Fitzgerald. And but there's also an essay in here that I think I've read because I think it's available online, because I'm pretty sure that was a condition of doing the essay. But there's an essay in here by Ambelin, Kwaymullina, who's an Indigenous Australian author who I've probably mentioned 100 times on here. And her essay is called, let me see, Reflecting on Indigenous Worlds, Indigenous Futurisms and Artificial Intelligence. So, like I said, I think I've skim read it when it was put up online, but I'm really looking forward to reading that as well. So that is Mother of Invention, edited by Rivqa, Rafael and Tansy, Rayner. Then my other hard copy from Kickstarter is this. It's a paperback of Sword and Sonnet, edited by Aidan Doyle, Rachael K. Jones and E. Catherine Tobler. Now this is a Kickstarter project that I came across kind of by accident. Might have been on Twitter, I'm not sure. And it just sounded amazing. And I'm really sorry if there's a high-pitched noise. It's someone else in this building. Really, really sorry. Okay, the noise doesn't seem to be going away. Hopefully it won't bother you too much. But, Sword and Sonnet. This is an anthology of science fiction and fantasy short stories which feature battle poets. Oh yes, that's the concept. Battle poets. Can you believe it? Battle poets. So this is poets going into battle, or poets going on adventures where they use their poetry as a weapon. So, you know, battle poets. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, this was a Kickstarter backer reward, and I'm kind of keen to see what these battle poets are getting up to. There's a lot of different authors. A lot of them I haven't actually heard of, but for example, I've heard of C.S.E. Cooney. Margot Lanigan is an Australian author. So there's a whole bunch of other authors here: Cassandra Core, Charlie St. George, Victoria Sandbrook, Hayley Stone, AC Wise, heaps. So I'm looking forward to getting started on this one at some stage. And then we come to the rest of the books where I have just purchased them mostly because I want to. But we have Red Bones by Anne Cleeves. So I picked this up. This is the third story in the Shetland series of mystery novels, which is one of the mystery series that I'm currently reading. This is the series that is about Detective Perez on the Shetland Islands. And so Red Bones is actually the story, if I'm remembering correctly, it's a story that is actually the first episode of the TV series. So basically an elderly woman is shot by accident, seemingly in a tragic accident. But yeah, there's two feuding families, and then there's another death, and old secrets are about to come forward. So I'm looking forward to reading Red Bones. Then I got really, really excited because this was released, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novak. Naomi Novak wrote Uprooted, which I really, really love. She also wrote the Temeraire series, which I didn't really manage to get very far with. But this is more fairy tale writing, which I think is how I like her writing. And it's basically apparently a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. So in this you've got Miriam as the daughter of a moneylender, but he's too kind-hearted. They face poverty, and so she takes up his work, and her success creates rumours she can turn silver into gold, which attracts the fairy king. Oh dear, he sets her a task. If she fails, she dies. Then she accidentally involves Irina, whose father schemes to wed her to the Tsar. However, there's a terrible secret, and they're torn between deadly choices. So there's a quest, and it's Miriam and Irina, which is two girls, which sounds really good. And this cover is so, so gorgeous. Isn't it just beautiful? So yes, I bought a lot of really gorgeous covers over winter. So that was a thing. Then I had two comics that I picked up, and I actually had to get at least one of them ordered. So we have The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, Volume 5, Like I'm the Only Squirrel in the World, by Ryan North and Erica Henderson. So this is the continuing adventures of Squirrel Girl. You know how much I love Squirrel Girl, so of course I had to pick up the next volume. And then we have Lumberjanes Volume 5, band together by Noelle Stevenson, and Shannon Waters and Kathleen Lay, and illustrated by Brooke Allen and Caroline Nowak. So this is the next installment in Lumberjanes, which you also know I really, really love. This is the adventures of a whole bunch of girls at summer camp, which gets slightly supernatural. As you can see, it looks like there might be merfolk in this one. So it's a couple of comics for me to read. And then I finished up August by picking up Restoration by Angela Slatter, because it finally came out. This is the third book in the Verity Fassbinder series, which is supposedly a trilogy. But seriously, Angela, if you want to write more Verity stories, I don't even have to read this one. I just know that, more Verity, always more Verity. So this is the urban fantasy series that I started last year, which started with Vigil, and it's the story of Verity, who is half human, half weird. Oh look, the sounds stopped. But yeah, she's half human, half weird, spelt with a Y. She lives in Brisbane in Australia, and she kind of straddles the two worlds. And because she straddles the two worlds, she sort of is a problem fixer, sort of an investigator and a problem fixer when the weird threatens to intrude on the normal world, which, they just can't have because that never goes well. And so this is the third book. So yeah, I won't say much about it, but I thoroughly recommend this series. Seriously, if you can get a hold of it, pick up the Verity Fassbinder series by Angela Slatter. It's amazing. So really looking forward to getting that. And then while I was picking that up, I happened to turn around and look at the YA section, And I was looking to see if Ambelin Kwaymullina was on the shelves at the moment, because I have the first book in the series. I've read the second and third, but I want to own copies of them. And she's going to be at Conflux. She's the guest of honour at Conflux in like less than a month. So I wanted to see if I could find them. I couldn't, but it turns out she and her brother Ezekiel have a new book. So this is called Catching Teller Crow by Ambelin and Ezekiel Kwaymullina. And I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it looks like nothing's been the same for Beth Teller since she died. Her dad, a detective, is the only one who can see and hear her, and he's drowning in grief. But now they have a mystery to solve together. Who is Isabel Catching, and what's her connection to the fire that killed a man? What happened to the people who haven't been seen since the fire? As Beth unravels the mystery, she finds a shocking story lurking beneath the surface of a small town, and a friendship that lasts beyond one life and into another. So it sounds like it's a little bit of an Australian ghost story with a bit of a mystery. So it's a not very long book, but it's Ambelin, and I'm sure her brother I believe she and her brother write children's books together. So this is the first one I've picked up where they've written together. And so I'm really quite excited about this, and I should probably read it soon, like maybe before Conflux. Anyway, yay! So that was my winter book haul. There's a lot of really gorgeous books there, a lot of books I'm really looking forward to. I haven't picked up any of them yet, apart from the textbooks, mostly because I'm trying to get a couple of things off my currently reading pile before I start something new. That'd be great. But yeah, that was my winter 2018 book haul. Let me know if you like the look of any of those books. Let me know if you've read any of them and what you think, but no spoilers. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye.